Ryan Garcia just went full soap opera meltdown after Gervonta "Tank" Davis decided to ditch boxing's usual drama and accept a fight with Jake Paul. Yes, Jake Paul, the YouTube kid turned part-time boxer who somehow keeps scamming his way into headliners. Now Ryan is fuming like someone stole his Wi-Fi password, Tank is cashing checks, and Jake is smiling like he just unlocked another side quest. Stick around, because this mess is too funny to miss.
Let's run it. I'll be super, super down.
I don't know if Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro.
Ryan Garcia absolutely lost his mind when news broke that Gervonta "Tank" Davis is fighting Jake Paul. And honestly, who can blame him? Garcia has spent the last few years calling out Tank like a kid begging for attention in gym class, only for Tank to ignore him, stroll right past, and sign a contract to fight the human embodiment of YouTube clickbait, Jake Paul. That's like waiting in line for hours at Disneyland only to find out the ride closed early because Jake Paul rented it out for a vlog.
Tank, look at, I don't think Tank's gonna beat Frank Martin, but if he did, he wouldn't fight me because I'm moving up. I'm not doing 140. I'm going 147. I can't make fucking 140. I never even technically fought at 140. I fought every time at 143. My body can't literally go lower than 143. It's impossible. I tried every technique. Can't do it.
Ryan Garcia thought he was next. He thought after all the Instagram callouts, the dramatic Twitter rants, and the shadow boxing videos set to Drake songs, Tank would finally give him that big rematch. But nope. Tank swerved hard like he saw Ryan's name on the fight contract and decided to hit the skip ad button. Instead, Tank said, "You know what's better than fighting Ryan again? Fighting a guy who became famous for pranking his neighbor and filming it in 4K.
Paul and Gervonta Davis. Wow, that sounds crazy. That sounds real crazy. But doing it in Atlanta was a very smart strategic move. Because one thing about Atlanta, I lived in Atlanta for a good 4 to 5 years, and I know one thing when it comes to us, anything that's popping in the city, they coming out.
And oh boy, Ryan is furious. He's tweeting, ranting, probably pacing around his living room like a dad who just realized the thermostat was touched. He's not just mad at Tank, he's mad at the universe. Imagine putting your whole career energy into chasing one guy only to find out he's too busy setting up a pay-per-view circus with Jake Paul. It's like trying to win over your crush, and instead, they start dating a TikTok star who does Fortnite dances in Walmart.
Do you ever think about the Tank fight, or is that just in the past?
I mean, what can I do? I did everything I could to try to propel boxing forward. That shit was boring. I took a rehydration clause where you can't gain more than 10 pounds after the weight. I literally, I stepped into the ring with a separated rib, and this is not an excuse, but I was severely dehydrated, so anything I got touched with affected me in the ring when I was sparring. It is what it is, but I still said to myself, I already committed to this. I said I'm gonna do it, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Let's break this down. Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul. The matchup nobody asked for, but everybody is secretly going to watch. Why? Because it's a car crash of boxing and internet culture. Jake Paul, who still fights like someone who discovered boxing at a Planet Fitness trial session, somehow convinced Tank, one of the most dangerous fighters alive, to sign on. That's like a professional Formula One driver agreeing to drag race a guy with a learner's permit and a rented Dodge Charger. But don't underestimate Jake Paul's hustle. The man could sell sand in the desert. He has already fought UFC retirees, basketball players, and boxers past their prime. Every time he steps in the ring, the internet can't look away. Ryan is furious because deep down, he knows Jake Paul just stole his slot. He's not even mad at Tank. He's mad that Jake Paul, the guy who used to make vines about screaming in shopping malls, is living his dream.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we can get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
And honestly, Ryan's timing couldn't be worse. He's coming off drama after drama. Pullouts, mental health breaks, weight issues, random Twitter beefs. At this point, Ryan Garcia's career has more plot twists than a Netflix series. And the one storyline he wanted, Tank versus Ryan 2, just got canceled for Jake Paul, who basically just yelled "plot twist" and kicked open the door. The irony is brutal. Ryan Garcia has been boxing since diapers, dedicating his entire life to the sport. Jake Paul picked up boxing because he got bored of YouTube prank videos. One man spent years in gyms, sparring, grinding, chasing greatness. Twitter is roasting Ryan like Thanksgiving dinner. People are posting side-by-sides of him training while Tank signs a contract with Jake Paul. Someone said Ryan Garcia is like the kid doing extra credit homework only to find out the teacher curved the grade because Jake Paul made a funny video. The internet is ruthless, and Ryan is giving them all the ammo they need.
In the boxing world, Gervonta Tank Davis, you should know that because I do a whole lot of videos about him. And why do I do a lot of videos about him? Because I am one of the people that are actually going to tell the truth about Gervonta Davis and not try to...
Let's not ignore the business side of this either. Boxing is not about legacy anymore. It's about money and eyeballs. And right now, Jake Paul brings more eyeballs than Ryan Garcia. Ryan may have the Instagram followers, but Jake Paul has the casual fans, the YouTube kids, the TikTok generation, and even your grandma who remembers when Logan Paul wrestled KSI in a ring. Tank knows this. Tank's team knows this. And so, Tank followed the money straight to Jake Paul's doorstep. Now let's talk about the fight itself. On paper, Tank should destroy Jake Paul. Tank is faster, sharper, and hits like a freight train. Jake Paul is strong but slow, with defense that looks like he learned it from watching Rocky movies. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia will be watching from home, probably yelling at the TV like a guy whose ex just showed up on Instagram with a new boyfriend. He's mad because deep down, he knows this is a moment he should have had. He's the real boxer who can't even get the fight he wants, while Jake Paul, the clown-turned-boxer, is cashing checks and stealing headlines.
I really hope that this fight does not materialize because I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. I think it's stupid, everybody. There's the Mott Roach going out about the Jake Paul fight. Now, totally all duck. Funny. A funny man that doesn't give the credit he deserves. I'm telling you, man. What do you guys react to this? I just think it's funny as hell.
Ryan's fury is also hilarious because he's been clowning Jake Paul for years. He said Jake wasn't a real fighter, wasn't respected, was just a circus act. And now, that circus act just took his spot. That's like trash-talking the substitute teacher, only to find out they got hired full-time and now run the school. And Ryan's fans are fuming too. They feel betrayed. They're spamming Tank's Instagram comments, begging him to fight Ryan instead. But Tank isn't listening. Tank is counting his money. Because let's be honest, Tank versus Jake Paul will make more money than Tank versus Ryan Garcia ever could. Casual fans don't care about rankings, belts, or history. They care about drama, memes, and spectacle. You need chaos, and Jake Paul has mastered that better than anyone. The funniest part is, Ryan Garcia might actually end up on the undercard of this circus. Imagine that humiliation. The guy who wanted Tank for years ends up fighting before Jake Paul and Tank Davis in the same arena. That's like being a bridesmaid at your ex's wedding. You smile for the photos, but deep down, you're plotting your villain arc.
What type of bullshit is this? Jake Paul will officially be fighting Gervonta Tank Davis on November 15th. It's going to be an exhibition match that will be streamed on Netflix. This is insane. We got the stats and all right here. 5'5" versus 6'1", 133 pounds versus damn near 200 pounds.
And don't get it twisted, Ryan Garcia is still a star. He has talent, looks, fans, all of it. But in the entertainment-first world of boxing, he's being overshadowed by a YouTuber who once boxed a retired NBA player. That's brutal. That's the kind of thing that keeps you up at night, staring at the ceiling fan, wondering how life got here. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is probably celebrating, filming a promo video where he pretends to be the savior of boxing. He'll wear sunglasses indoors, talk about legacy, and then flex his $10 million check. Tank will sit quietly, smiling, knowing he's about to make the easiest money of his life. And Ryan Garcia will be somewhere punching air. It's almost Shakespearean. Turns out he was in a reality show, so here we are. Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul, the fight that nobody respects, but everybody will pay for. Ryan Garcia on the sidelines, furious, ranting, vowing revenge, and the boxing world laughing because at the end of the day, this is what the sport has become. A mix of athleticism, drama, and internet chaos. And if we're being real, we'll all watch it. We'll roast it, meme it, mock it, but we'll still tune in. Because watching Tank Davis knock out Jake Paul is like fast food. You know it's not fine dining, but you're not passing up a Big Mac at 2 a.m.
Like that Ryan Garcia one, where Gervonta Davis caught him with that left hook to the body. People were saying that he quit.
No.
He never been hit in the liver. Oscar De La Hoya quit the same way with Bernard Hopkins.
With the same thing.
Same body shot.
Same
left
body
hook to
shot.
the body.
And he tried to come, and he tried to take a step out that corner and not the front of his foot even moved. He just went down. He's like, man, this is it.
And if you get kicked to the body.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. A kick to the body is so goddamn devastating, especially a spinning back kick.
Poor Ryan Garcia. The guy just wanted a rematch, a fair shot at redemption, a chance to lace up the gloves and prove he could hang with Gervonta Tank Davis again. But boxing in 2025 doesn't deal in fair shots. Nope. Instead, the boxing gods decided to pull the ultimate prank on him. Swap him out for a YouTuber with a bigger Instagram following, a Netflix documentary deal, and probably a line of energy drinks dropping next week. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the tragic comedy known as modern boxing. It's not about skill, it's not about legacy, it's about who can trend harder, sell more merch, and generate the flashiest TikTok knockout edits.
Like that Ryan Garcia one, where Gervonta Davis caught him with that left hook to the body. People were saying that he quit.
No.
He never been hit in the liver. Oscar De La Hoya quit the same way with Bernard Hopkins.
With the same thing.
Same body shot.
Same
left
body shot. And he tried to come, and he tried to take a step out that corner and not the front of his foot even moved. He just went down. He's like, man, this is it.
And if you get kicked to the body.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. A kick to the body is so goddamn devastating, especially a spinning back kick.
Every 5 seconds, ding, another headline. ESPN hyping up Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Bleacher Report pushing thumbnails that look like Marvel movie posters. Twitter trends lighting up with Jake Paul and Tank, while Ryan Garcia only sneaks in because people are roasting him with crying memes. At this point, someone has definitely photoshopped his teary face onto the Michael Jordan crying meme and slapped a boxing glove on it. The irony is brutal. Ryan spent years building his brand as boxing's social media golden boy. And now, the apprentice has become the master. Ryan has been through public breakdowns, Twitter rants, and enough deleted posts to make fans wonder if he needs a PR team or just a really solid group hug. This latest snub, it's gasoline on the fire. Every time Jake Paul posts a training video, Ryan's blood pressure probably spikes 5 points. At this rate, his cardiologist should be sitting ringside when Tank and Jake finally square off, just in case Ryan tries to storm the ring with a mic, a glove, and a grudge.
Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta, State Farm Arena. This is random, no? They're going to be fighting at 195. Nah, surely not. Surely not. Nah, this can't be real. I'm gonna go by this is not real unless Netflix posts this. I'm gonna say this is not real. I don't know. I don't know. But I guess we'll see. You lot tell me what you think.
And if you followed Ryan for more than 5 minutes, you know this man does not handle rejection like a Zen monk. No. He is the undisputed champion of Instagram rants. The guy treats his Instagram stories like a diary mixed with a therapy session. One day, he's angrily typing about retiring from boxing forever. The next day, he's suddenly calling out Conor McGregor like he's auditioning for a crossover UFC boxing cinematic universe. And then, when the dust settles, he's posting some Hallmark-style motivational quote about loyalty and betrayal, like a boxer-turned-poet who just discovered Canva templates, with the headlights off. For Ryan, this isn't just about losing a fight, it's about losing the spotlight. And if there's one thing Ryan Garcia hates more than taking a body shot, it's watching someone else take his viral moment.
Now, I will say this. I am glad to see Jake Paul is finally fighting an official high-level elite boxer. But Gervonta, this better not be no sellout shit. I don't want to see you on none of that goofy business. I don't give a fuck if it's an exhibition match or not. There is no reason on this planet Earth that Jake Paul should ever beat you in a boxing match. Yeah, I understand there's a height difference. Yeah, I understand there's a weight difference. Yeah, I understand there's a reach difference. But I don't give a damn about none of that. Gervonta Davis.
And imagine the group chats. Ryan's boys are probably sending him Jake Paul memes nonstop. Someone definitely sent the SpongeBob meme. Write that down. Write that down. Every time Jake Paul posts a training video, Ryan's blood pressure goes up 5 points. At this rate, his cardiologist should be sitting ringside for moral support with a stethoscope in one hand and smelling salts in the other. Meanwhile, Tank is chilling. Tank isn't worried about Ryan's meltdown. He's busy rehearsing his knockout celebration for the Jake Paul fight. Should it be the classic arms up flex, or maybe a Fortnite dance to really rub it in? Don't put it past him to hit the gritty while Jake is still trying to remember what planet he's on. If he got the Tank fight, what happens? He trains hard, shows up, maybe even wins, or maybe Tank beats him again, and it's back to square one. Either way, it would have been serious boxing, but Tank didn't want serious. He wanted viral. He wanted headlines, clicks, and a million TikTok edits by the end of round one. And who better to go viral with than Jake Paul, the king of making every fight week look like a reality TV finale.
Oh my days. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Is this real? This can't be real. Because he was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight, and now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this, but Jake Paul's posted it.
Because let's be real, Jake Paul doesn't just fight. He puts on a circus. From press conferences that feel like WWE promos to walkouts that look like Coachella sets, Jake knows how to turn a boxing ring into a YouTube thumbnail. Tank saw that and thought, why fight Ryan for respect when I can fight Jake for a yacht? And that's exactly what he's doing. Now, don't forget Jake Paul's fans. His army of YouTube subscribers is already flooding the internet with wild predictions. Some are saying Jake will shock the world. Others are planning watch parties like it's the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, Ryan's fans are coping. They're on Twitter typing, "This fight is a joke. Tank ducked real competition," while secretly setting a reminder to buy the pay-per-view because, let's face it, nobody's skipping a Tank versus Jake spectacle. It's like when you say you won't watch the new season of The Bachelor, then suddenly you know everyone's name and have strong opinions about who deserves the final rose.
By far, the most credentialed guy actively. Many want to jump down my throat and say, well, Mike Tyson is actively. He's the most credentialed guy he's ever fought. Actively, in his prime. There's one problem. He fights at 135 pounds. He fights at 135 pounds.
The funniest part, if Jake Paul somehow, by some miracle, lands a lucky punch and wins, Ryan will never hear the end of it. Every hater in his DMs will type, "That could have been you, bro." And if Tank knocks Jake into next week, Ryan still loses because Tank just cashed the biggest check of his life while Ryan is left refreshing Instagram stories, searching for sympathy likes. So at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia isn't just mad because Tank picked Jake Paul. He's mad because Tank picked clout over competition, and clout always wins in 2025.